ॐ सदाशिवसमारम्भाम् शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्ताम् वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। Am I audible? Yeah. So we are going to continue our discussion. Roughly, where or what we have learned so far is that this fulfillment that the human being is seeking often ends up becoming an experience based on external factors. We said that happiness is cannot be a property of a person, cannot be a property of a thing, cannot be a property of a situation. But all life long, our experience has been that we've been seeking happiness from those, specifically those things, namely people or persons. Not all people, but at least a few people. At least a few people, right? At least a few things. At least a few situations. At least my children should make me happy. A smart child will tell you, Mom, Dad, depending on other people to make you fulfilled permanently is a foolish idea, including me. You can't even depend on me for you to be completely fulfilled. A smart daughter or son should say that, correct? Should say that because fulfillment is anybody's guess. There's no way. If all children could make parents happy, all parents would be happy. All parents who have children should be happy. No, I'm sorry. I think we don't need to take a poll. I think just by living for so many years, we've taken that poll implicitly and we know the answer. And so that's kind of what we have come this far. That means what? A fulfillment which is based on an experience is never going to be lasting. Experience, by definition, is something that comes and goes, comes and goes, comes and goes. And so, even though we need some things for our survival, we need we need air for our survival, we need food for our survival, we need a shelter, we need some clothes, and we need certain things for just for pure survival. So we don't deny all that. The body needs that. That smart son or daughter should say, if you depend on your children for your fulfillment, you are still emotionally weak. You ought to be able to say that I am fulfilled. I am fulfilled. I may be sad if the child is not doing well. That's okay. That's a feeling based on relationship. But that doesn't mean I am not fulfilled. That's kind of where that's where we talk about emotional maturity. Emotional maturity itself demands that I don't latch on to people for my fulfillment. Not latching on to things is emotional maturity, emotional growth. Things I used to latch on to. Now I say no, that's not. That's not right. That's not right. Okay, this is how far we have come. So, if that being the case, if happiness is not out there, then where is this? Where is this blessed happiness? Where is this blessed fulfillment? It's a question. So now the fingers are all pointing towards me, the self, towards the person who is seeking fulfillment. And so we want to ask the question, who is this person who wants to be fulfilled? Who wants to get, who has a problem? Who is it that has the problem? I have a problem. Okay, I have a problem, but who is this I who has a problem? Right? That's where we are now. Because as you get deeper into any problem solving, the questions will change, right? Some questions get answered, then that leads to some other set of questions, which leads to some other set. So we started with overall fulfillment, permanent fulfillment. That's what somebody said. Okay. So we analyzed all the things that give us or seem to give us fulfillment. And then we're now coming to the question, who is this person who wants fulfillment? Is it the body that wants fulfillment? Is it the sense organs that wants fulfillment? Maybe it's the mind that wants fulfillment. These are the questions we have to ask. So it's a very important question. In our Shastram, this is the, I can say, holy grail of Sanatana Dharma. That holy grail is this question. Answering this question, who am I? Who am I? Who is the one who wants fulfillment is no different than the question, who am I? Okay. We have arrived at that question by analyzing our experiences. All these sessions, this is what we've done. All right. So now we are going to divide the universe into two. How do you divide the universe into two? The universe has two things, I and not I. I and not I. I'm just giving a word called not I. Not I to refer to anything that is not I, anything that is not me. Suppose I look at the tree out there. There is a tree. So I ask, is that I or not I? Come on, that tree is not I. That tree is not I. What about that building? That building is not I. What about the things that I see? What about the birds flying? Not I. What about the moon? Maybe farther away it's I. Moon? No, no, no. Moon can't be I. Moon is not I. Moon is not I. What about sun maybe? Sun, the brilliant sun. No. Brilliant sun also is not I. Even though I'm brilliant, I am not the sun. Okay? I'm not the sun. So that that clarity is there in all of us. When it comes to not I, there is so much clarity. So much clarity. So in Sanskrit, there is a famous statement. Dvau hi padarthau. These are what our scriptures talk about. Dvau hi padarthau. Atma and Atma now. Like that, there is a statement. But all these planets, stars, everything is all in the not I category. Okay, the moon is in the not I category, the mountains not I category, closer trees not I category, building all these things that concrete structures I see not I category. Okay, it's very obvious, I think. At least we think it's obvious. What about the cat? What about the cat? What about the dog? What about the peacocks that are calling us right now? Look at that. I see two peacocks there. Peacocks are beautiful, but peacock also not I. Dog is not I. Cat is not I. Now, we think it's obvious. Cat is not I, even though cat is my pet. It's there right in front of me. It's in my home. Cat is not I. Because somebody called the psychologist and said, my husband has a problem. What problem does he have? He thinks he's a cat. So the psychologists were thinking, this is a new problem. It's like, I've dealt with all kinds of problems. Yes, I'm a famous psychologist. All right, but this is a new one. This is a new one. Okay, get him here. We'll talk to him. So the next appointment, the wife gets the husband to the psychologist. And some discussion was going on. Then the doctor, the psychologist called the husband and said, come on over here. And then there was a big mirror, the mirror that runs from the floor to the top. The big mirror, stand in front of the mirror. Here, take this cat. What is this? This is a cat. Are you sure this is a cat? Yes, this is a cat. Then literally, there was a cat. And so hold this cat. Hold the cat. He held the cat. Now look at the mirror. What are you holding in your hand? I'm holding a cat. Who is standing in the mirror? Me. Are you a cat? No, I'm not a cat. You're sure you're not a cat? Yeah, I'm absolutely sure I'm not a cat. Then why have you been saying all along that you've been a cat? You're a cat. I'm sorry, that was a mistake. What? I'm sorry, that was a mistake. I'm not a cat. The psychologist was impressed with the psychologist. Said, wow, I did this job. I never knew. I never experienced this problem before. But now, this guy, I think I've cured this guy. Okay, you're sure you're not a cat? Yeah, absolutely, I'm sure. So the wife was happy, and both of them went back home. Then, then the wife calls again and said, we have a problem. We have a problem. What's the problem? No, he's afraid of going out, and he's having some problem. So then, okay, let's talk to him. So next appointment number two. Said, what's the problem? Why are you not going out? What's your problem? I thought we figured out. I thought you're not a cat. You shouldn't be afraid of dogs because you're not a cat, right? Yeah, I know that. I know that. So then what's the problem? A, I know that I'm not a cat, but how do I know that the dogs know that I'm not a cat? If the dogs thinks I'm a cat, then they will chase me, right? So that's his problem. So anyway, we are not talking about such people. I mean, we see all kinds of people in our own families, their friends, it's all there. So we're not making fun of anyone. We are saying there are people who think they are cats. So, but that's a different problem altogether. But between us, we can say, no, even the cat that is sitting on my lap is not me, not I. To use that same language, in not I category. It's all not I category. Okay. Then what about this t-shirt I'm wearing? It's just hugging me, it's close to me. That means that must be I at least. No, 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 that's also not I. Because every morning I remove this t-shirt and put on a new t-shirt. Oh, you're removing a t-shirt, putting on it. Okay. T-shirt also is not I. T-shirt is not I. All right. So that's pretty close. So it's now obvious that this I is we're getting close to something called I. And it looks like this anatomy, this body. We're getting pretty close to the body. And we are trying to draw a line between I and not I. We are trying to draw a line between I and not I. And it's not really a line now because now it's going to be some kind of a curve that's going to cover. It's the boundary of this body. Everything outside the boundary of this body is not I. And everything from that boundary all the way inside is I. Wow. That's a great revelation. So even if I say Somebody says, how was your trip to Bali? So they use the sign, they say like this. But I don't know how the sign comes. But this means it was good, I think. That's what it means. It's good. It was all right. And you did like this. Suddenly you heard a swoosh. And what happened? My fingers are a bit warm. What happened? My God, there was a bullet. Bullet. A bullet went through these fingers. Even if a bullet went through this hole right here, you will say, thank God, I did not get hit. Even though it was pretty close to these fingers, it was pretty close, all right, but still it's not me. Still it's not I. The bullet did not hit me, not I. So not I. Even though so the boundary literally is the skin of the body. Wherever outside the skin of the body is not I. From the skin onwards, all the way inside is I. That much we we can probably agree on. Probably. And that's also, come on, Guruji, that's very obvious. When the body is standing, I am standing. When the body is walking, I am walking. When the body is sitting, I am sitting. Nobody says anything otherwise, very obvious. I am sitting. I am listening. When the ears are listening, I am listening. The body is tall, I am tall. When the body is short, I am short. Is there any doubt about this? The body is black, I am black. The body is white, I am white. You have all these words, black, white, etc. Brown. So, whatever the properties of the body are really my properties. When the body is moving, I'm moving. When I went to the post office, the body has gone to the post office. So it's very obvious. Body is I. Body can't be not I. Body is in the I category. Body is sick, I am sick. Of course, doctor also doesn't have a doubt. And doctor agrees when you say, I am sick, the doctor says, what's the problem? You point to the toes, you point to the head, you point to the eyes, whatever. I'm sick. All right, everybody seems to agree with that. Therefore, I am the body. Now, suppose I ask a question. Are you owning or renting? Are you owning or renting? Obviously, it refers to the house that you're in. No, it's I'm owning the house. I own this house. I own the house. Okay, all right. So the body owns the house? Because you just now said I'm the body. Just now you said I'm the body. Now I'm asking you, since you also said I own the house, I'm asking you, is the body owning the house? As in this body, this body, this body. Is this body owning the house? Is what somebody was asked. And he said, no, I'm the owner. I'm the owner. Yeah, I am the owner. I understand you're the owner of this house. But is the body the owner of the house? Because you are the body. Body and I are identical. Body is in the I category, not in the not I category. It's in the I category. Therefore, body should be owner. The guy said, no, something is not right. Something is not right. Something is not right. Body can't be the owner. I'm the owner. Body is just body. It's just body. What do you mean by body is just body? Hey, body doesn't know a thing. Body doesn't know it is tall. Body doesn't know it is short. Body doesn't know it is black. Body doesn't know it is white. Body doesn't know it is Indian. Body doesn't know it is Canadian or American or European. Body knows nothing. Look at the argument. Body doesn't know any of these things. How can the body own the house? Look at the argument. Interesting argument. Body has no sense of ownership, said that person. He has no sense of ownership. The body cannot own the house. If body cannot own the house, and you say, I own the house, and you're saying, I am the body, we have some contradictions. Yes or no? Contradictions are there. Already in this discussion of 10 minutes, there are contradictions. I am the body, I own the house, but the house can't be owned by the body. That means there is a confusion. What is the confusion? The confusion is this conclusion that I am the body may not be 100% correct. Yes, they all agree with me on that. May not be 100% correct. If I say I am the body, there is a problem with that. Because ownership, if somebody asks, then ownership doesn't belong to the body. And so we are forced to say, this is not I body. This is not I body. This is not me body. This is my body. Me and my. Is there a difference between me and my? Definitely in English grammar, there is a difference between me and my. Okay. And that we know very well. This is my house. That's my car. They are my children. That's my husband. That's my wife. My. Okay. My. Means what? Hey, they belong to me. They belong to me. I'm related to them. Car belongs to me. Can you hear the peacock? You couldn't hear the peacock, could you? No. Pretty loud out there, actually. So the car belongs to me. The house belongs to me. People belong to me. Okay. They belong to me if I say my house, my house. If anybody says my house, they are implying the house is not I. Not I. What belongs to me is not I. It's very obvious. The car is my car, but it's a not I my car. Not I my car. Not I my house. Not I my books. Not I my books. My books. Not I. My computer. Not I. Not I my computer. Like, what about children? My children. I or not I? Again, there is a serious problem there because they're really not I, because they're my children. They're not I. They're not in the I category. They have to be in the not I category. That's why the children can walk away and then you can still be here. The children go somewhere to Rome. You don't say, I went to Rome. My children went to Rome. That's all you'll say. Because children is not I. And therefore, when I say, wherever I use the pronoun my, wherever I use the pronoun my, that object that I'm referring to as my must be I or not I? Must be not I, obviously. Not I. My clothes, it's my shirt. My shirt. That's why when I say my body, if ever I say my body, that means what? That body has to be I or not I. It has to be in the not I category. Correct? Yes or no? This is huge. This is huge, I'm telling you. This is huge. The body is in, I am intimately associated with this body. This body and me are so close to each other. Nobody can separate the two. And therefore, we get away saying that I am tall, I am talking, I am standing, I am taking a shower, etc. All this we can say. That's because wherever, when I am talking, this mouth is talking. When I am seeing, these eyes are seeing. Okay, intimately associate eye and body. Eye and body can be intimately associated, but that association makes me make a mistake, possibly, makes me make a mistake of taking the body to be I, when in fact the body is not I. We made a giant leap in the last 20 minutes. Friends, this requires a lot of thought. This requires a lot of thought. This is again the holy grail of Sanatana Dharma, Vedanta, and all we talk. This is it. We are now getting into, now we are talking substance. All along, it's just fulfillment, seeking fulfillment. Everybody has their own way of seeking. Here, we are actually analyzing fulfillment and analyzing the person who wants fulfillment. And so while the fingers were initially pointing to all those things, I want that, I want this, that's going to make me fulfilled, he's going to make me fulfilled, she's going to make me fulfilled. Now we are saying, wait a minute, there are three fingers pointing at me. Who is the guy who wants to be fulfilled? Okay. So this my, the clue is my body. Every once in a while, I do say, my body is hurting. My toe is hurting. My ears are hurting somewhere here. My ears are. That means what? There is somebody who is other than the body. Again, there is somebody other than the body who is able to perceive the hurt of the ear, who is able to perceive the color of the body, black or white or brown, who is able to perceive the height of the body. Body doesn't know body is 5.5 feet. I know this body is 5.5 feet. Look at that. Body has no clue. It's not worried about its height at all. It's not worried about its color. It's not worried about its weight. Then there is somebody who says, I am overweight. I need to reduce my weight. Who said you should reduce your weight? Did your body tell you that you're overweight? And so, come on, guy, wake up, reduce weight, just stop eating. You're forcing me to put weight all over my this thing, waist. Enough. No, body doesn't say that. You know why? Because body is what? Body is inert. Body is in the not I category. It's not going to tell anything. It's no different than this book. It's no different than this book. Just like the book will not speak to me, the body also will not speak. Okay. So therefore, there is a huge possibility that we have struck some gold here. I hope later on we will conclude that we struck gold. And the gold is what? This body really is in the not I category, but I have put it in the I category. But even there, I'm not sure, because sometimes I say I am sick. Sometimes I say my body is hurting. My body, so I'm putting it in the not I category sometimes. I'm sometimes putting it in the I category also. That is why some people are able to deal with their problems much better. Like what? Yeah, when if you have a body, you're going to get sick. So don't cry if you get sick. The body, not I, the body gets sick. The body, when has needs treatment, the body will get better. So what's the problem? Like that, some people might say. Anyway, this I body or not I body. This is a this is a question. All right. Let's leave the discussion there. I body. Suppose I say I'm short-sighted. I'm short-sighted. I'm short-sighted. I'm tall, I'm short. Okay, let's say I'm short. I'm short. I'm short means the eye is placed on the body, correct? It has to be placed on the body because shortness is a function of the body and the height. I am only 4.5 feet, therefore I'm short. I'm very short. Okay, all right, you're very short. The eye is placed on the body. Then I say I'm not only short, but I'm short-sighted also. Short-sighted. Short-sighted means what? Where is the eye placed on the body? Eye is placed on the body? No, one small part of the body called the eyes that are there right here on top. And then when I place the eyes on this eye, the I, letter I, is placed on the eye, which is EYE. Okay, both are pronounced the same way, I and I. When I place the eye on my eyes, then I say I'm short sighted. Very interesting. And even when I say I am dark, I am black, etc., I am brown, there also the eye is not placed everywhere. It's only placed on the skin. On the skin only, if I place the eye, I can say I am brown. Correct? Skin. Suppose I say I am hungry. I am hungry. Eye is placed on the body. This 5.5 feet tall body. Is that where the eye is placed? Where is the eye placed? I am referring to some process in the body, some digestive process. And now the stomach is demanding. I feel something and I feel it's now time to have food. And therefore I say I'm hungry. I'm hungry is referring to a part of the body which is connected with the stomach in some way, and the stomach is empty. It's just screaming. It's starting to scream now. It's too late. It's starting to scream. If I delay any further, the stomach will stop screaming also, and I will get some other problems. Some acidity will come. So I am hungry when I say what? I'm not referring to the skin. I'm not referring to the eyes. I'm not referring to the toe. I'm not referring to the head. I'm referring to something inside the body. Correct? Very interesting. Very interesting. So look at the way I'm moving my eye all over. You see how the eye is being moved all over? Then after some time, I say, I'm frustrated. I am frustrated. Where is the eye now? Stomach, eyes, toe, skin. Frustrated means what? No, is the body frustrated? No, body is not frustrated. Then who is frustrated? Stomach is frustrated? Eyes are frustrated? No, come on, come on, come on. Mind, mind. You forgot the mind. Guruji, you forgot the mind. Ah, so the mind is frustrated. Now the eye is placed here, right here, somewhere. We don't even know where the mind is. We think the mind is somewhere. Brain. I am frustrated. I am agitated here. I am sad. I am ecstatic. What eyes are ecstatic or what? No, no chance. Skin is ecstatic. Skin may be shining. Okay, you went somewhere, you got tanned and came and you're very happy about it. And skin is happy. Skin also doesn't say I'm happy. You are happy that you got tanned. There also happiness is inside, not the skin. Skin knows nothing. Like those dogs, long ago we gave the example of this dog, the competition of dogs, right? Where the first prize, second prize, and third prize. And all these dogs are looking around. They're wondering what's happening. The first prize dog doesn't know anything about prizes. Doesn't know anything. Like that, when I say I'm frustrated, I'm sad, I am ecstatic, I'm putting the eye on the mind. Now I moved the eye from the extremities of the body, like skin and toes and head. I've got it further inside, and I've got it inside to the stomach when I say I'm hungry. And then I put it in the mind. And then I say, I am frustrated. Suppose somebody says, I am a PhD. I am a PhD. Who is a PhD? Body is PhD. Sense organs are PhD? No. Mind is PhD. Who is PhD? I am PhD means what? Who is the PhD? This 50, 80 kilos stuff is sitting here, and the guy says, I am PhD. Who is PhD? I'm asking. Body is not PhD. Take the boss. Stomach is PhD, stomach is not PhD. Then what? No, it can't be body, stomach, liver, kidney. Kidney can only get kidney stones. It can't get a PhD. So kidney also is gone. Stomach can only get ulcer. It can't get a PhD. So stomach also is gone. Like this, joints are gone because joints can only get arthritis. They can't get a PhD. So joints are gone. Finally, we are left with the brain. Stop mind, let's say. Mind. So something inside says, I got a PhD. I am, not that I got a PhD, I am a PhD. Look at that. I am a PhD. So now we have to ask this question, who am I? Am I the mind? It should be now clearer to me that I am not the body. I am not my sense organs. You know why I'm not the sense organs? Because do the eyes know that they are short sighted? No, they don't. That's why when you go to the ophthalmologist, the guy makes you sit somewhere and they just lock you up. It feels claustrophobic. I don't know if you've thought about it. It feels claustrophobic because your head is covered up, and even if you want to run, you can't run, and then it's all covered up, and then they put some lenses. Then you know what the doctor does? They make you look at this and they tells you, how is this? How's this means what? Are you asking the eyes or are you asking me? Me means what? Okay, we'll worry about that later. You're asking the eyes or are you asking me? No, I'm asking you. No, but I thought you are working with the eyes, right? You should be asking the eyes. No, 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 no. You can't be asking the eyes. I can't be asking the eyes. Eyes can't respond. Eyes don't know that they are short sighted. You know, you are the one who came to the hospital. The eyes didn't come to the hospital, the clinic. Okay. So you must tell me if this is how good this is. Ah, this is better. Put change glasses. How about this? Ah, that also seems okay. What about this? This is not so good. Oh, okay. Then what about this? Better. Oh, this is better or that first one was better? Oh, first one was better, I think. So you get into this argument. And now tell me, eyes are helpless. Eyes require somebody else behind the eyes. These eyes require somebody else behind the eyes to make a judgment that the eyes are short sighted. Correct? We say in the passing, I'm short sighted. In the passing, I'm short sighted. You can say that. Nothing wrong with that. But who are you fundamentally? That who is the guy who wants fulfillment? Is it the eyes that wants fulfillment? Is it the skin of my body that wants fulfillment? Is it my stomach that's hungry that wants fulfillment? Who is it that wants fulfillment? It can't be the body that wants fulfillment. Fulfillment. You know why? If you ask somebody, why are you sad? Because I don't have enough muscles. That guy goes to the gym and constantly pumps weights. What's wrong? Because the guy feels as though if you have muscles this big, only then you're somebody. The guy has that kind of a problem. He equates height to the body. He equates his self-worth to some kind of a shape of the body. And then for lifelong, he suffers. Lifelong. Because the muscles are not growing, What to do? Bad luck. The guy puts the eye on the body and suffers. Suffers a lot. And so we have to come to terms. We got to answer this question. If we don't answer the question, who am I? Then we'll be going all over looking for fulfillment. All over. Who is the guy who's going to get fulfilled? Body doesn't want fulfillment. Stomach doesn't want fulfillment. Who wants fulfillment? You can't even say mind wants fulfillment. You know why? Mind wants fulfillment. Hey, wait a minute. When you said you were agitated, did you see the agitation in the mind? Were you a witness of the agitation in the mind or not? Just like I am a witness of the body, I am a witness of the body. Anything that I am a witness of can't be me, cannot be me. I'm going to give you a different definition now. We've never defined what I is and what not I is, right? We're just giving some examples. We said moon is not I, tree is not I, book is not I, t-shirt is not I. But what is the definition of not I? I'm going to give you a definition of not I. Anything that you can perceive is not I. Think about it. Anything that you can perceive means you can see, smell, taste, etc., or you can feel. Anything that you can feel is not I. My goodness, this is huge. If it is true, it is huge. If it is true, it is huge. Correct? Anything that you can feel is not I. Suppose you went to the Colorado, I've not been there, but people say Colorado, they say Yellowstone National Park and all that. Suppose you go somewhere, Calgary. Calgary has some beautiful. So you go there and you feel like it's absolutely amazing. This is absolutely amazing. The park, the national park, of course, is not I. You perceive the national park, but then you are also an observer to the feeling of awe. That feeling of awe also, our Shastram will say, you are a witness of. What you are a witness of cannot be you. Okay, this is where we are going. We started out with the sun, and then the sun means S-U-N, and then we came to our sun, S-O-N, and then we went through the t-shirt, and then into the body, the skin, and then into the stomach, into the mind, trying to figure out what is the line between I and not I. Still not sure where that line is. I want you to think about think about taken for granted. That's why in India you have this question, who am I? You can say this thought is a product of India, Sanatana Dharma. You have many people thinking along these lines. They have different sampradayas. You have Ramana Maharshi, who's famously known in the last century, as the person who made us ask, who am I? And our Upanishads are all filled with this kind of analysis. Filled. This is only analysis they do. They don't talk about all securities, iPhones and this and that. No, it doesn't matter. They don't have to talk about iPhones because they assume that that all these not I's cannot make you permanently fulfilled. Because they're all not I. And not I does not have the property of happiness. Therefore, how much ever you rub your shoulders with these knot eyes, it's not going to make you feel. Doesn't mean family is not important, doesn't mean work is not important, doesn't mean all those things are all there. Keep that with you. But I'm talking about a fundamental truth that we are after right now. So it's about 45 minutes, 50 minutes, right? I'm going to pause now. I'm not going to introduce anything more for today. What did we learn today? What we are saying is we have to draw a line between I and not I. Dvauhi padartho. There are only two things in this world, as one scripture says, I and not I. Don't ask me, what do you mean? Am I a thing? So that's why English is not adequate to explain Dvauhi padartho. That padartha is a very beautiful Sanskrit word. That's why we can't translate a lot of these things into English. But anyway, just for our communication, there are only two things in this universe, not I and I. Okay, that's what we learned today. We're trying to draw the line between I and not I. And we are saying, even this body, all along I've been thinking it's in the I category. And I'm claiming now it is not in the I category. You have to put the body, entire body into including liver and appendix and spleen and heart also. You need to say heart is I or not I. The heart that's beating because of which I'm alive. Sorry, my dear friends, I'm very sorry to say the heart is going to be in the not I category. You don't have to feel sad about that. It's a fact. Even sadness is in the not I category. Suppose I say that. Mind is in the not I category. All physical things are not I. Even mind, which is very subtle, that's where we are today. It's all in the not I category. And in the passing, I made a statement. Anything that you can think of, anything that you can perceive is in the not I category. Cannot be in the I category. In the passing, I said. Think about it. Think about it and see if that can be a possibility. Can be a possibility. I'm not making any absolute statements. I'm just giving you some ideas for thought. There are many people in India. I keep saying India, anywhere in the world. This is not. This is not unique. This is not copyrighted by Indians or anything like that. Because it's knowledge. In India, we believe knowledge cannot be copyrighted. The West believes that knowledge must be copyrighted. That's the difference between the two cultures. Really, very curious. We believe that knowledge is Saraswati. Nobody can copyright Saraswati. The West believes the opposite. Anyway, that's different. So this is, even though this is part of the Upanishads, it's available for anybody, obviously. But the teaching tradition only in India you can find. It's maintained. It's protected. It's alive. It's live. Of course, the teaching can happen anywhere else. Anywhere. That's not a problem. But I'm saying that this idea of who am I, that question of who am I, this inquiry into who am I becomes a pursuit for people, lifelong pursuit. They may be doing whatever they are doing. They can be in professions, they can be married, not married, whatever. They can be young, they can be youth, they can be old. It doesn't matter. Who am I? That question becomes a very important pursuit. Knowing the answer to the question, people believe that knowing the answer to the question will lead to permanent fulfillment. Okay. So, Premaji, I'm going to stop here now, and I'm happy to take any questions right now from what you've heard. If you have any questions, I'll wait for a minute or so. If not, and after we have done that, we can go through some of the questions that all of you have submitted and written up by Prema. How does that sound, Premaji?
Super. Yeah. So whoever is ready to ask, please come up with your questions. If you have anything to say because it's he has given us a lot today to think about because we are more commonly in the habit of thinking of the I as other things. And we are introduced to something new, which is, what is this I that I'm not familiar with? Or I have a vague idea, or I want to investigate. So anybody,
Yeah,
please
Rashtar
feel free.
has raised his hand.
Rashtar, you have your hand up? Okay.
Yeah.
Kind of. Namaskar. I was but very impressed by the introduction of the elements through, I call the narration of English. And I was all the time thinking about drishta and bhokta. Those words that I have learned from childhood, that, the I is the drishta and I is the bhokta. And then through that, I wanted to explore all that you have described. I'm just making this comment because to me, those two words bring much more closer to my way of understanding the nature of relationship, the I and the not I word. Thank you.
Right. So, Rashtar ji is obviously brought up some new words. And you can see just by growing up in an environment like this, you hear all these words. And we may not know properly, we may not have thought about these things. Use some words called bhokta and drashta. I think I heard you right. Drashta, right? So, drashta. So, drashta, look at that. Bhokta means experiencer. Experiencer. Who is the experiencer? Is the body the experiencer? Is the stomach the experiencer? Or the eyes the experiencer? If you ask, no, no. We'll keep that aside. Next, the other word is he used was drashta. Drashta literally means the seer, the one who sees, the one who is, or the perceiver. And there is another word, karta. Bhokta, drashta, karta. Karta. This karta is a very popular word in our language. Karta means the agent of action, the agent of action, the doer, what all you want. If there is a word called doer in English, like talker, speaker, and all we have. Doer, D-O-E-R. Suppose you went to somebody's home, they invited you for dinner. And then in the kitchen you went and the glass dropped and the glass broke. Glass broke. And then you say, oh, I'm sorry, I broke the glass. Who broke the glass? I broke the glass. I broke the glass means the hands broke the glass. Is that what it is? The body broke the glass. My head broke the glass. No, head has nothing to do with the glass. Just maybe the mouth. Mouth broke the glass. Who broke the glass? Who? I broke the glass. I told you I broke the glass. Who is that I? Is it the mind? Mind broke the glass. Other than the body, senses, and mind, what else is available? We finished off the whole thing. I don't know what else is left. What is left is that karta, the drashta. Who broke the glass? It's not my body that broke the glass. It's not my sense organs. It's not any part of my body. Then who? Somebody. There is somebody who says, I broke the glass. The guy even raises his hand, okay, says, I broke the glass. That means that guy accepts that there is somebody who broke the glass, and everybody is expecting an answer from somebody who broke the glass. So they are expecting somebody. I broke the glass, but now I'm asking, who is that I who broke the glass? So No, I just was washing and it slipped from the hand. It's all fine, my dear friend. You're talking about the process of breaking the glass. But who broke the glass? Hand broke the glass. Shall we take the hand to the court? No, the hand cannot break the glass. I broke the glass. Yeah, okay. Who am I if you ask? Then we will say, we will use these words, karta, bhokta. These words are all there, which are used to answer such kind of questions. Karta. There is a karta. There is a karta. Karta means an agent of action, which is not the body, which is not even the mind. It's amazing. Look at this. For a simple question, who broke the glass, we are not able to find a proper answer. Beyond I broke the glass. Beyond I, and we don't know who this I is. Who is this I who broke the glass? Who is this I who got a PhD? We can't even answer that question, my dear friends. Who is the doctorate? Who is the doctor? Who is the scholar? I am a scholar. Who is the scholar? Body is the scholar. Eyes are scholar because eyes, midnight oil, right? They say it burnt the midnight oil because eye was open. So eye must get a lot of credit for the PhD. No, eyes don't get any credit for the PhD. Body doesn't get any credit for the PhD. What about mind? Mind is the one that worked so hard, studied so many journal articles, and poured through newspapers and books and whatnot. So the mind should get credit. Guess what? Guess, guess what? In the sleep, when you go to sleep, the body stops functioning, at least the standing, sitting, those things stop functioning. There are some involuntary actions, heart is beating, etc. That's all fine. What about the mind? You know what the Shastram says? The mind ceases to function. The mind is inactive. Dream, it is active. But if there is a dreamless sleep, and you say, I slept well, that when you say, I slept well, it's a dreamless sleep. And in that dreamless sleep, the mind is not active at all. Therefore, you can't even say the mind is the PhD, is a scholar. You can't say. You can't say the mind is scholar because you know why? The mind disappears. During some time of the day, the mind disappears. It doesn't exist. And then it comes back alive. Therefore, if somebody says, I am the one who broke the glass, I am the scholar, I am the PhD, we don't have easy answers to those questions. We use the words like karta. Who had a great experience when they went to Colorado? I had a great experience. That great experiencer, the guy who got that experience is what Rashtarji used expressed by the word bhokta. Bhokta is the experiencer. Karta is the
Action.
Karta is the guy who wanted to go to Colorado. Karta is a guy who is the guy. I mean, I'm saying guy, but we have to see what this guy is. Karta is the one who wanted to go to Colorado, who made all arrangements. Bhokta. What for the Karta did all these things? Effort, so much effort, hard-earned money you want to spend, my dear friend? Really? Yes, I'm in the mood of spending some money. All that is decided by the Karta. Finally, for what? For this experience. For the sake of the Bhokta, the Karta is working very hard. The Karta is working very hard for the sake of the Bhokta. Finally, that experience of going in the helicopter and seeing all these things and going down into the valley and then coming up, it is just too much. This guy says, Karta is there. Bhokta says, it's too much. Thank you, Karta. I'm very happy. I'm very happy with you. You're taking care of me very well. Bhokta is telling the Karta, Those are the words that Rashtar referred to. And we are saying, we'll say later. But anyway, those are the words. We still haven't really properly figured out what this I is. We are only saying that The things that I normally consider as I, like this body, is really not. That much I think we should agree on today. That much. Okay. Any other questions from Malati or Mahesh, Anand, Sundari, Veena, Elizabeth, and others? Sundariji has heard a lot of talks. Sundariji, did I approach it properly? Is that where we are going? Is that the
Yeah, very, very, at least very thought provoking. I think I need to sit on this also.
thought provoking? Correct. The Bhagavad Gita is meant for this. The Upanishads are meant for this. All the texts, Shankaracharya's texts, are meant for us to understand this. Correct?
I think
So,
finally the culminating point seems to be this, whether it is Bhagavad Gita or Upanishads, and comes to who am I?
exactly. Correct. So Bhagavad Gita also, even though it has 18 chapters, it's a voluminous text. It's a voluminous text. But there's a lot of ground because we need to come a long way. We need to cover some ground to come to a point where we can say, oh my God, that is it. This is it. To say this is the right question to ask, to come to that point itself, we need to prepare the ground. We need to prepare ourselves. That's why there are 18 chapters in the Bhagavad. Thank you. What about Mahesh ji? Mahesh ji has been attending a lot of classes. I'm sure he will have some insights.
No, I don't have any new questions, but we have been learning this, at least I have been learning this for the last few years. So whatever I heard today is I've already heard. So because I have not been able to attend this session because I was in India all along and the timing was not working out for me. So now that I'm back here in the US, so I thought, let me try to understand, at least listen what this class is all about.
So, is there anything that was said in this class which is different from what was said in the Bhagavad Gita class?
No, my fundamental, okay, now that you asked me, my fundamental, when I saw the title of this class, I mean, initially I didn't think much, but later on when I said, the title of the class was
Can life be more fulfilling?
can life be more fulfilling? So I was thinking, do I want my life to be more fulfilling than what I have? Because I've been learning for the last 6 years. I have a paradigm shift in my thinking. Lot of things we practiced, we learned as young adult or adult even, are now being challenged, and big things. So, and I'm learning from a great teacher like you, who explains everything so well. And I'm surrounded by great sahabadis in both the classes, who also ask great questions. So I'm thinking, if this is not fulfilling, what else is fulfilling? So that was my thinking. Do I need to be fulfilled? Not so much about whether is it fulfilled.
Right,
So,
right.
because whatever I've been learning for the last, I don't know, 6 years or so, I've been trying to put in practice in my day-to-day life. And my attitude has changed, the way things I look at it, things have changed. To me, that is what is fulfilled.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. So feel free to ask any question. But let's go back to the question list, which is actually pretty big. And the next question in this list from where we covered last time is, is there destiny in our lives? What is the role of destiny in our? That's the question. Now, I don't know what the word destiny means. Whether it means the same thing as karma or not, I don't know. So I'm going to replace the word destiny by the word karma, because I do know karma better than the word destiny. Because in Christianity, the word destiny may have a meaning, some meaning which I may not be aware of. So I'm not going to use the word destiny. Enough to understand that a force in our life which I don't know of, something that's making things happen besides my own free will. I use my free will for a lot of things. Getting up, I have to use my free will. And brushing the teeth, I have to use my free will. So all along, to make a cup of coffee, I have to use my free will. Destiny doesn't produce coffee. So we say, life is all about destiny. Somebody says, life is all destiny. We have no free will at all. But the guy goes to the kitchen and makes coffee, This guy, he says this and then quietly goes, makes coffee. Then I ask him, wait a minute, you said life is all destiny. How you just said, if you're destined to have coffee, you'll have coffee. Why do you have to go to the kitchen to make coffee? So clearly, there is free will involved. And clearly, there are things which will happen only if you use your free will. Only if you use your free will. So there is free will and destiny, no doubt. Destiny can't be ignored. Free will can't be ignored. There are things that you have to apply the free will. Want to study, get a degree, you have to use your free will. What kind of degree do you want? You have to use your free will. Do you want to go beyond bachelor's? You have to use your free will. But then there is destiny also, karma operating. Karma is operating also. This karma and free will, the way to understand karma and free will is, it's like rowing a boat from one place to another place. Place A to place B. There is a stream and you want to go from place A to place B. Now what happens? It's not like downhill. It's just almost, you can't even say which way the water is flowing. Okay. Some days the current is against you. Some days the current is favoring you. Correct? A to B, easy to go. Some days it seems a tough job because the current is against you, the wind is against you. And so A to B, instead of taking 10 minutes, it takes 1 hour. That current, which is either favoring you or not favoring you, is the karma. Is karma. The free will is this. I'm rowing the boat. That's the free will. That's the free will. So at what time my karma is going to favor me, when it's not going to favor me, how forceful is that karma, all this you and I can't decide. So yeah, it's a combination. That's how we look at it. All the results we get are a result of my free will and my karma. My free will and my karma put together gave me whatever I'm getting. Every minute of the day, what I'm getting also, that same equation is true. And the big things, big milestones in my life also is attributed to free will plus karma. That's the way we look at it. Some people like to think that there is no free will. It's all destined. It's all destiny. And if you probe them, you know what they will say? Then you'll find that they're looking for an excuse not to do stuff. Some people are like that. I've met people. They want to find an excuse because life is tough, boring, tough, whatever you want to call it. And so I want a philosophical backing for my excuse. And so I'm looking for that excuse. Oh, it's all destiny. If you are destined to get well, you will get well. But what did you do? Did you take them to the doctor? Did you buy the medicines the doctor suggested? It's a lot of work. It's a lot of thing, and the guy is not interested in doing any of them. And so he's looking for some destiny. Oh, it's all destiny. No, it's not like that. So we put both of them together. And guess what? We also say, how did that karma come to me? When I say whatever is going to happen is a product of both free will and karma. That karma, okay, free will is coming from me right now. I'm using my free will to talk. I'm using my free will to attend this session. Okay, all that is free will. After the session, I'm planning to do ABC. That's all free will. Now, what about the karma? How did the karma come? How did that karma that I'm talking about, that I'm associated with, the karma associated with me, how did that originate? What we say is, hey, that is also originating from my past actions. It's a result of my past actions, not somebody's past actions. So that's how it goes. And so this past life and all is there. And so for us, it's a continue. And so when they say, when you help somebody who needs help, the person thanks you. And so you get two benefits. One benefit is visually the person thanked you and you feel good that you were able to help that person. That is the immediate benefit of that act, that noble act, that kind act. But their Shastram, our Shastram says there's another benefit. And that another benefit is called punyam. Punyam. A part of karma, papam, punyam. Okay. Punyam, which means what? It's something, a benefit that goes into my karma bank account. And at some time, either today or tomorrow or later, many years later, or whatever, we don't know. It's a law of karma. It will fructify to produce a pleasant result, a favorable result. Why? That's the definition of punyam. Okay. So, short answer to this question is, yeah, we have both destiny and free will. It is not all destiny, no free will. We don't accept that. All right. Any other follow-up questions? If not, I can go to the next one. Here, the next question is, okay, what is the purpose of life? What is the purpose of life? That's the next question. No, I don't know if you find this interesting. When our children, when they were young, they do whatever they're supposed to do. They go to school, come back. And then suddenly the son asks you, Mom, why should I go to college? Mom, why should I go to college? What a silly question you're asking. What do you mean, why should I go to college? You have to get a degree, only then you'll get a job. Yeah, but why should I get a job? The children are very intelligent. It is us who make them stupid, really speak. Parents who make them stupid. They do think. No, you have to get a job because without a job, how are you going to survive? Why should I survive? Shut up. Don't ask such silly questions. And the irony is, in this session, We seem to be asking those same silly questions, the same questions our children asked, which we have branded as silly. And now we are asking all those silly questions. What is the purpose of life, mom? And it feels like a slap on our face because, my God, my son asked me this question 40 years ago. Now I'm asking that same question in this very profound session called Can Life Be More Fulfilled? I find this very interesting. Guys, I don't know about you, but I find it very. So anyway, the question here is, what is the purpose of good? So I can say one thing. The purpose of life is to ask what is the purpose of life. Okay, that much I think I can say. If I've come to this point, that's a great thing to ask what is the purpose of life. And I can give some one-line answers. Okay, so we ask this question. So we talk about pursuits of life: security, pleasure, artha kama, then dharma. I can't seek security just by shortcuts. So when I say no shortcut, then I'm talking dharma. Okay. And then there is another Purushartha, it's called, another thing that we are seeking. This permanent fulfillment is called moksha. The technical word for that is moksha. Moksha is permanent. So we will say that the purpose of life is not fulfilled unless one gets that moksha. That is the way Indians understand. That is the way it is presented in the Shastra. And then the question should be, what do you mean by moksha? Explain to me what moksha is. Correct. So that's the journey we are in, right? Okay. Anyway, so I can stop anytime. Okay, you can tell me when I should stop. And there's the next question. Can feasts for the senses give fulfillment? I think you should answer that question. All of you, any of you can answer. Can feasts for the senses give fulfillment?
Yes, in a partial way, temporary fulfillment. What you taught us today left me with when we are in deep sleep, when the mind goes to sleep. Yet there is that consciousness that is present at all times. And when we wake up, we realized that we have had a good sleep. So what is it that knows that you had good sleep? So that is where we are going, I think. Please correct me, Guruji. So when we say that the eyes are not seeing, but there is something else that is seeing through the eyes. So we are coming to that witness, which is the real I, or does it have a special name, or the witness itself is the truth?
Correct. You're right. We are coming towards that witness. We are coming towards that witness. It's the right answer. And perhaps that witness is I. Correct. That's what we have. Sometimes we use the word consciousness for the witness. And our Shastram, of course, has very beautiful words for that. So
we have been watching the Karta and the Bhokta and everything else, but we have not, at least I have not, separated and kept myself apart, or reminded myself to stand apart and remind myself that I'm the witness, I'm not the doer. So that is a very, very significant part of the learning. And so if you want to remind yourself all the time, it's practice, repetition, and shravanam, listening more and more and more. So it settles inside you. That's my answer, Guruji.
Yeah, sure, correct.
Guruji, we can stop here because so much material has been given. If you have anything more that will provide more clarity on what we are speaking about, please go ahead. Anand Sood might have some question. No? I see you unmuted. Anand?
Today, I'm just trying to absorb it. I found it quite hard to, not
It's not
hard,
easy.
but it was more difficult today
Mm.
somehow. So I'm still trying to make sense of it. But
Okay.
yeah, but
After you had a question.
this
I
desk.
think.
Hmm?
I think Rashtra said something.
You're on mute. Rashtra is on mute.
Oh, Rashtra, you're on mute.
Yes, more a comment, because I find this profound question, what's the purpose of life, could be perhaps subject of series of lessons, discourses, question and a. In terms of, like a brief introduction to this, just as a subject, was very interesting, but I remain thirsty. Thank you.
All of us are. Yes. Yes.
So agreed that this was a lot. It was a lot, but we don't say that's why our study goes on for years. It is just like a capsule, right? Capsule. It has to be taken and it goes into the body and then it dissolves and then gets absorbed, etc., etc. So that's a long process. And because my desire was to keep you moving. And now we should not be asking the question, if I eat ice cream, can I get permanent fulfillment? You can't ask the question because by now we have covered all that. We have covered all that. Many sessions we have covered. And so now we are talking about that same quest for permanent fulfillment is now leading us to the question, who am I? That's what I'm claiming. And so
Thank you.
at least we should be able to say, I am confused about who I am. I know what my accomplishments, I know my family members, I know all that I am very good at. I know my house, my possessions, my papers, I need to get this, my passport, this, that, all that I am extremely good at. But this question about who am I don't even want to say philosophical question, because the minute I say philosophy, it becomes speculative. And it's a question that has a bearing to my life. We are not talking for the sake of talking. We are talking here, we are analyzing, we are investigating, we are thinking through, we are introspecting, because we expect some benefit from it. Therefore, I don't want to say it's philosophy. I will say it's one of the most practical things we can do. That is why in one of the Shastrams, there is a dialogue between husband and wife. And the wife asks him the question, what is fulfilling life? What is that? How can I say that this life is fulfilled? The guy answers like this. Before death, if the guy knows himself, then he has fulfilled his life. The purpose of life is gain. If he doesn't do it, then he is not a wise person. He is called a miser. Uses the word miser. Miser. You know why miser? Who is a miser? A miser is one who has a lot but doesn't give even a penny to the needy person. Neither he spends a penny on himself. Even though he's sick, he has the money, he can go to the doctor, get good treatment, and get well also. Still, he says he's constantly counting his money. That guy is a miser. He's not using the money. A guy who has wealth but cannot use it is called a miser. And he says, this guy is given a brain. to think through all this karta and bhokta and drashta and all that. But the guy did not use the mind for that purpose. Instead, he went after so many other things. And therefore, since he did not use the God-given wealth, he is called a miser. Can you believe that? So it's fun like that. So that's how it goes. So I don't expect you to have absorbed every word of what I said. You, but at the same time, you can't say, I didn't understand a word of what I said. I don't think you can say that. I hope not. Oh my God, Premaji, this is too much. Every session, it's getting worse and worse. I hope you won't say that.
Is that the I
I
that will
hope
say that or the not I?
This idea, then Premaji will ask you, who is the guy, okay, who is the guy who said this was all confusing? Who is the guy who said this is all above my head? The head is saying it's above my head or what? So those are all good points. I versus not I.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Guruji.
Thank you all.
Thank you. Thank you, Guruji.
Thank you.
Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om. Thank you. Thank you all very much.
Thank you, Guruji.
Thank you.
Good class.
Yeah.
Thank you for your patience.
Yeah, so this recording should be available, I hope, in the next day or couple of days. So if you want to listen to it and discuss, you're welcome to do that. So, Premaj, if you want to conduct a session with your friends to go over the material, and those are all possibilities. So that you can commonly discuss and come up with your own understanding and your own set of questions. Sometimes you may have to just pause and then think it over. I may have said it as though it's obvious to you, but no, it's not. Nothing I said is obvious to anybody. I didn't take anything for granted. But okay. Spend some time mulling over it.
Yes. Thank you,
Thank you.
Guruji.
Thank you. Take care. Take care. All the
Thank
best.
you.
You.